consolation actually means with soothing, right? So like with soothing, desolation.
Of course
I
you were
just
looking
I
at
just
it
saw
like
like a
words.
baby nursing at her mother's
Yeah,
bosom.
no, it's beautiful. So like
So
with
consolation is-
soothing, and then desolations without soothing. Now the question has to become then, why would the Lord let us go without soothing? Well, because the Lord wants to show us that actually he in and of himself is the ultimate soothing. So you're proving this point. I want to lay it out like this. Like if heaven's our destination, if heaven is the goal, if heaven's the aim, like then it would be of a good father to show me when I'm trying to make heaven out of something it's not. Right? It would be of a good father to say, I don't want to soothe you fully right now because there's this aspect of your life that you're giving heavenly attributes that isn't heavenly. Because I don't want you to get soothed by these temporal things. I want you to be soothed by eternal things.
Yeah.
And so I think sometimes we see desolation as like, God's really going to put me to an amazing test right now. And the reason he's going to do that is because I need to prove to him that I'm faithful.
You know that,
And it's not that though, right?
That's wild. Like I even think like, so we can, how do you say this? In the American Catholic context, we can trick ourselves that a suburban life with my kids who are all doing, like they're safe and sound, and my marriage is safe and sound, that suburban life is the fulfillment of Christianity, right? And it's not. And like that even like that can become a false idol, that I'm working just really hard to get my, like I'm just living for me and my own, as opposed to this longing for the promise of heaven. And those things are heavenly, right? Healthy, safe relationships are heavenly, but they're not the end of themselves. And I think that can become a temptation.
Yeah, and Aaron, I know you like C.S. Lewis. When you're saying that, like I think that what you just laid out, isn't it so funny that it can look like it's heavenly, but C.S. Lewis would say it's the antithesis. Like C.S. Lewis practically builds out the life you just said in The Great Divorce. Like that's literally what he does.
Go into that more, because I don't, I'm not
C.S.
recalling.
Lewis, he like the Great Divorce, right? Like when man divorces himself from God.
Yeah.
That we begin building heaven. In our own, it's like a Tower of Babel reality. Like I'm going to build a life that looks like all of those attributes you just gave. But the thing is, it's a false sense of security. It's a false sense of safety. It's a false sense because I'm actually more safe when under the Lord and in the face of danger than I am absent danger without the Lord.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah,
like
absolutely.
in this great divorce reality, like again, if anyone's listening, like there's an amazing audiobook of this on YouTube and you can just listen to it on your car rides. But C.S. Lewis just sets up this reality of what the world looks like absent God. And what it begins looking like sometimes is us building, because we know that we're made for eternal soothing.
Yeah.
We know we are. And so we begin saying, I'm going to make the temporal as soothing as possible because that'll take the place of eternal soothing. Well, no, it won't.
And Lent is the intentional time every year in the church calendar we do this, but this has to be our spiritual practice, that when my life is filled with consolation, I actually freely choose to fast or enter into desolation so that my soul starts to cling once again to God, right?
To remind myself of what I'm made for.
Exactly.